fresh on this. I'm Allison from Please the Palate with my friends Cindy from Grape Experiences and Christine from Girls Go Grape. And we are venturing into Italia with sparkling wine. And so when I say Italian sparkling wine, what comes to mind?
Prosecco.
Prosecco. Well, so I don't have a Prosecco today, but am I to guess that you, Christine, have one?
I do.
Well, tell us what you got and tell us a little bit about Prosecco there.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I got first. It's Villa Teresa. It is an organic Prosecco from the DOC level. It's, your entry and the biggest category, and then it goes up. And what I loved about this bottle was this amazing, you can pop it and then cork it and then pop. It's just like, oh yes, all of the good things. So Prosecco, to me, it's synonymous with, I don't know, mimosas, but I think that it's kind of got a bad rap. I think that Prosecco is synonymous with the Glera grape, like that. It has to have 85% of Glera in there. Sometimes Chardonnay is added, Pinot Blanc, a couple other grapes. It's in the Veneto region. So that was where I went on my honeymoon, and I love that region. So beautiful. This is, a very simple, easygoing Prosecco. It's a little bit what I would call off dry, which means that there's more residual sugar in it. There's actually 16 grams in this. Just one sec.
That's a lot.
Do you also get acidity to kind of balance that?
Yes, it's there. I would prefer more. To me, this would go perfectly with like pad thai. Little bit of that that kind of spice with the sweet. Very, very nice. But this is white peach. This is floral. There is some citrus in here for sure. And it's organic. So, it ticks a lot of boxes for people that might be looking for something sparkly and organic and openable and closable.
I love that bottle.
I'm gonna kind of guess that with an opening like that, the level of bubbles is not as intense as maybe a champagne.
Right. So this is a frizzante style. Absolutely, Allie. It's a frizzante. So that means that, it's not bubbling really anymore. It's just a little bit. It's like a hint. It's like a gentle kiss. That's me.
Well, and again, one thing to note about Prosecco is that it's made in the Sherman Method, otherwise known as the
tank method.
And, with the Sherman Method, there are two primary ways to make sparkling wine. One is the classic method, where the secondary fermentation happens in the bottle, like in champagne, and another where they make the wine, put it in a stainless tank, and then they do a secondary fermentation in tank, so that the bubbles are not quite as tiny as you would get with the classic method, but a truly proper way to make sparkling wine, just a different way.
And it's less expensive to make it that way. It can go to market quick.
Right. So I'm going to guess your Prosecco is probably going to be really good in tomorrow's mimosa or today's mimosa.
Don't know. We'll see if I get some pad thai in here.
So, it's really interesting because Italy, while a lot of people think of Prosecco when they think of sparkling wine, is that Italy makes sparkling wine like all over Italy. And they're as diverse as from Prosecco to we've talked about Lambrusco. And of course, there's Franciacorta, and there is Trentodoc. There is Asti Spumante. There is, oh my God, there are just so many. Now, what do you have today, Cindy? Where did you go? Did you also pick a Prosecco?
No, I did not. Although I could have chosen a sparkling Pinot Grigio, but I did not. I have that in the wine fridge. It might be for another episode. And you know how much I love Moscato d'Asti. I was there a little over a year ago, but I chose a wine from the Trentodoc. And Trentino was given the Wine Enthusiast Magazine 2020 Wine Star of the Region of the Year. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's near the Dolomite Mountains. So you've got that fresh, pure alpine air coming in. And actually, many of the producers say that there are some qualities in wines from the Trentodoc and Trento DOC, which they've shortened to Trentodoc, are very unique to this area, such as pine and these florals that you can only find in that region, which I found really, really interesting.
Cool.
So the Trentodoc has 57 wine growers in kind of a collective trademark, and they're just doing some amazing things. Now, Ferrari is the wine I chose. It's a 2013, absolutely beautiful, 100% Chardonnay, and made in the classic method, Metodo Classico, which is the second fermentation is in the bottle, unlike the Sherman or tank method. Beautiful, dancing bubbles. In fact, it's named Perle, and it means pearls. So I'm seeing lots of little pearls here. They're just dancing away, and just beautiful apples, white peaches, blossoms, you know, almonds, just from aromas and palate. It's just a beautiful wine. It's $42. So
I should say that mine was 17.
So different price points, but something for everyone.
exactly.
For me, I went to Franciacorta, which a lot of people have called kind of the little champagne. Franciacorta does not mean little champagne. It's actually a name that was derived due to taxes or a tax-free zone or something like that. But it's in Lombardy in the north, near Milan, not far from there, a little bit east. So we are, all three of us, in northern Italy. And I have the Ricci Curbastro Franciacorta Saten. This is a DOCG wine. So this is the highest kind of consortium level. And what I found interesting, like this winery goes back to the 13th century. They're on their 18th generation. So in typical style, they go a long time. And it is also an organic winery. So this is organically produced. And the Riccardo, who's the 17th generation, who is running the winery now, his father was one of the 11 founders of the appellation of Franciacorta. And this was in the late 1960s. So they've been obviously producing Franciacorta for a very long time. And when I said Saten, S-A-T-E-N, Saten is a term specifically for Franciacorta that is similar to what you have, Cindy. It's 100% Chardonnay. It's a Blanc de Blanc. And so it can only be made from Chardonnay, and Pinot Bianco can be up to 50%. So again, similarities across the board. And it is made in the method, the classic method. So it is also making a beautiful stream of bubbles, a perlage. And I'm just absolutely enjoying it because $40, and it has a lot of similar taste to a Blanc de Blanc champagne at a third of the price. And I just love that it's got this creamy mouth feel and a lot of acidity. And it is something that, you know, makes me want to celebrate, but also want to eat food. So
Yeah, I think we can find really budget friendly sparkling wines from Northern Italy. The Prosecco, I think what a great price point, Christine.
Totally.
And then these Franciacorta and the Trentodoc wines. I mean, they are delicious wines and open for any occasion, honestly. And I know maybe $40 is a lot, but it is so worth it.
What would you pair with your wines, ladies?
Oh, I would just go some cheeses, appetizers. I would literally drink this throughout a meal. Sorry, but that's where it's going.
Same here, but it makes me think of having some sashimi, and then or a cheese plate and some charcuterie. But
how about caviar?
ooh.
Anybody with some caviar? I can come over.
Yeah, just let me run into that.
I'll fly over to Vancouver from Chicago ASAP.
Well, ladies, I want to raise a glass to you guys, to everyone out there. When you're thinking of sparkling wine, go across over to Italy and see what they have to share. There is so much diversity, beautiful wines, great prices. Leave your comments below and tell us if you have a favorite sparkling wine, whether it's a specific producer or a region from Italy. And follow us on Crush on This, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.